So inflammation, as we know, is extremely bad for the health of the entire body. What happens is it actually starts damaging your cells, tissues, and organs. And over time, this can lead to DNA damage, tissue death, and internal scarring. That's how bad inflammation is. Chronic inflammation damages your arteries, your organs, and even your joints. Inflammation leads to a host of physical ailments, including heart disease, blood vessel disease, diabetes, obesity, even up to cancer and Alzheimer's disease, and a list of others that goes on and on. So how do we deal with inflammation? Guess what? Diet, stress management, exercise. Very simple. Make sure you breathe right. Make sure you do your meditation. So this is an overall lifestyle. If you take out certain things and add others, you'll be able to have that erection anytime you want. I promise you. I've been there and I understand how valuable it is to get this knowledge. That's why I'm taking the time to go through these points so that you really see and understand what it is that you need to eliminate and how simple it is to bring in a few practices every single day to balance your body and return to that place of power, strength, and confidence that we all want so that we can move forward into creating the vision that we have for ourselves in this life. One of the major causes of inflammation is unhealthy food. It's super simple to understand by now. I hope you get it. Things like high-fat foods, fried foods, sugar, high fructose corn syrup, artificial trans fats, things like refined carbohydrates, excessive alcohol, processed meats, and other types of beverages that have a lot of sugar in, things like margarine, shortening, and lard with those trans fats. And the list is pretty simple. Junk food, guys. Junk food is killing your erection. I cannot put it any more simply. The more junk food you eat, the less hard you will be. On the flip side, we know that food is medicine. The original doctor of Western medicine, the father of Western medicine, I should say, Hippocrates said, "Let food be thy medicine, and let thy medicine be thy food." We've somehow gone away from this understanding and habit, and we use food for pleasure instead of really understanding that we can dig our own grave with our teeth, or we can empower ourselves to be full of energy, clear in mind and body, and live a long, healthy life with the foods we eat if we approach food as our medicine. So with regards to inflammation, obviously there are certain foods that you can bring in. Things like curcumin, which comes from turmeric, very powerful anti-inflammatory compound. Also, fish oil, ginger. Ginger is something I try to eat every single day. I don't necessarily get the turmeric or the curcumin in my body every single day, but I do try to get ginger in because it's so easy to make ginger tea. As I've said, boil some hot water, put some ginger in there, steep it for a few minutes, and you have medicine. And it actually helps with your digestion, so you can include ginger tea with every single meal, and your belly will be much happier. Also, make sure you get some spirulina in there. If you don't know what spirulina is, that's a green algae that comes from growing in water, and it's a superfood that I'm going to go into a little bit more when we talk about supplements. But spirulina is a great thing to help reduce inflammation. In addition to that, things like green tea and vitamin D. Green tea is something that I drink almost every single day, and it gives you that energy in a way that caffeine from coffee does not. It's a balanced energy, and you don't get the crash at the end. So I have cut out coffee completely because, as I've said, coffee activates the cortisol, which starts to reduce our ability to have an erection. So having some green tea is your medicine. It's like therapy. And I personally enjoy the taste. You can have flavored green teas. So if green tea, raw, natural flavored green tea isn't for you, there's a lot of other ways that you can drink this and enjoy the flavor. And I want you to understand, you don't have to suffer to have a healthy diet. There's so many ways, and just doing a little bit of research, you can find wonderful recipes that are amazingly delicious, and you don't feel like you're missing out on anything when you start reducing the meat, the junk food. You bring in these other foods, and you feel energized, and you feel the clarity of mind and the stable emotions, and you start to look forward to using food as your medicine.